Go for the job that you're not qualified for. Go for the opportunity that you don't think isn't going to work out. Take the risk that you don't think that you're capable of making, because in all of those things is the great payoff. What's up, Coffee Crew? It is James, and this is the Sunday knockoff. So we've finished work for the weekend. We had 2 markets on in the last 2 days, and I'm going to give you guys a bit of a personal recap and a business recap as well. So kind of got those 2 facets there, and if that doesn't interest you, then it doesn't matter because it's my channel. So keep watching if you want to know about the personal and the business aspect of coffee and small business and food trailers and all that sort of stuff. So my name is James. I run Rumour Mill Espresso. We are a mobile coffee business. You can see around me the trailer that I'm in right now. It's Sunday afternoon. I've packed up. I'm home for the day, and I'm literally just overwhelmed with fucking happiness and pride right now. And it's not because of some massive successful 2 days, because that's not what I had. Like, there's a lot of hiccups along the way, but I just wanted to share with you guys what that's like, because this is part of documenting the journey. So here we go. So my 2 markets this weekend. Saturday I had Manly Markets. Now Manly Markets is amazing. It's out by the Bayside in Brisbane, and that's my busiest market out there. Normally I would have me plus 3 others, so 1 on the till, 1 on shots, 1 on milk, and 1 on pouring, and it makes this sort of production line for the coffee shots. And it means that everything runs smoothly. Customers are waiting 5, maybe 10 minutes at the absolute most for a coffee, and it means that we can maximize that turnover for the day. Now, something that happens is, obviously with just weekend staff, a lot of the times it means people can say, oh, I work this weekend, I can't do next weekend, I can work that weekend but not this weekend, right? So staffing is a major issue when you're doing events, because you can't really offer someone consistent employment every single week, okay? One of my normal guys was away, so I had to fill 1 of those spots. So I've got a girl on the till, and I've got a junior that does the pouring, and I normally do milk, so I needed someone to do shots for the market. And one of the ways that I get staff is I go to Facebook. I go to the Brisbane Baristas Facebook group, so most cities will probably have a barista Facebook group. Put a post up there about what I need. This is the shift, someone to do shots please. Couple of replies, half a dozen replies. One girl says, yep, I've got 8 years experience, shots are easy, I'm free and I'm keen. I'm like, all right, perfect, done, sorted, you're in. I get to the markets on Saturday morning, and I check my messages, and she just said, oh, I've been called into my cafe on a Friday night at 10:30 p.m. Apparently someone at her work got COVID. I don't even think that's a thing anymore. So it's, to me, it's someone that just goes, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Or they had a couple of drinks and they go, oh, I don't want to go to work in the morning, so I'm just going to cancel. And fair enough. And whenever that happens, I always say it happens for a reason, right? It happens for a reason. That person wasn't supposed to be there that day. And when I change my mindset to that, it puts a silver lining to it. It creates this positive sort of aspect about it anyway. And so normally that means that we are going to get slammed, and that wait time for coffees goes up to like 10 to 15 minutes roughly, which is not good, because then customer satisfaction goes down. Okay? And we're managing in the morning, keeping wait time to about 10 minutes, and then it hits that sort of peak busy period. And over the last sort of 3 months that the junior's been working for me, at the end of the shift, the last sort of half hour to 45 minutes of the shift, I would get her to go and pack shots and practice pulling shots and practice steaming milk. And it just got too busy for me to do shots and milk by myself. So I said, all right, you're on shots now. And for a junior, she absolutely crushed it, did awesome. And she was pulling out really good shots really quickly. And I'm like, well, that's the reason, you know, it's time for her to have a new challenge potentially. And she succeeded really well. And I was like, okay, well, good. That means that in the future then I can get her to do shots as well. So it upskills her, and it gives me someone that can do 2 different roles in the coffee trailer and not just one. And luckily, it wasn't as busy as a normal market. And that's sad for revenue and profit, but obviously not every market is going to be the best market ever. It's just not going to happen. So it was really good that that person actually called in sick, because had she been there, my wages would have been up and I would have made even less money, and it wouldn't have given that opportunity for someone else to sort of prove themselves or take on a new challenge, which is, it's not that difficult really, pulling shots. Like anyone that's worked in a cafe can pull shots, but to do it quickly, to do it with quality, and to do it without any sort of, I don't know, nerves or anxiety. Like some people they know how to make coffee, but once it gets into busy service, they just kind of crumble a little bit and it gets too overwhelming for them. So really good that, that junior staff member absolutely crushed it. Well done. Now, the other thing that happened at the markets is, now we're going to look to the business side of things, right? So my sales for the day were down about 20%. That is a pretty substantial downturn in revenue for a single day. That's not really typical of that market, and there's a couple of things that play into it from that perspective. There's a couple of things that play into it for perspective. So one, in Brisbane we have the Royal Exhibition, the Ekka for short, which is kind of like a 10-day long carnival in Brisbane. And whenever that happens, what happens with consumer spending? When the Ekka is on, it means that people are spending their dollars somewhere else. It's a annual novelty, and if people are putting all of their money into another venue or another event, it means that they're not going to be present to spend their dollars with you. Okay, so whenever big events like that happen, it means that you have the potential to not make as much money, purely because people are spending money elsewhere. It's not that they don't want to be there, it's not that you offer a bad product, it's that you have competition. And it seems to be a trend every year where Ekka weekend, the weekend that the Ekka is on, sales typically drop a little bit, just because so many people go to that. I think they get 3 or 4 million people through the Ekka. No, that can't be right. Probably 1 million maybe. That's a guess. I'm just talking out of my ass for that specific point. But it does get a lot of people there. They do get a lot of money through there as well. So it just means that there's less for your business. The second thing that happened was the staff member pulling out. Shit happens. Obviously, that girl is now dead to me. That's a little bit dramatic, but it just means that she loses that opportunity to work Saturdays in the coffee trailer, because in her message she said, hey, I want ongoing Saturdays. I went, yep, that market's on twice a month, so if you work out, then I can give you 2 shifts a month. And she shot herself in the foot because she decided to not come in. But also, by her not coming in, it saved me money. It was the right amount of staff for the day to have me and 2 others, so it kind of worked out perfectly. Saturday afternoons, it's that come home, repack the trailer, clean, restock everything, and get prepped for Sunday. And then Sunday rolls around and I have Barton Markets on Sunday. Barton Markets is on every week. I used to be an owner of that market until it got a little bit too much work to do that and the coffee trailer. So one of those 2 things had to, I don't want to say go away, but I had to figure out which one I was going to prioritize. And I'd never ever sell the coffee trailer or stop doing coffee. And so I decided to sell the markets. So now I've just returned to being a weekly coffee vendor there. It's not the biggest or the best market, but I just really love it. It's an awesome market, awesome community, and this is where things start getting into the more personal side of it, I guess. So today I had the barista students in the coffee trailer, and they've been with me for 4 weeks now. They're doing a 5-week course at a school in the city, and I offer to them, as in the very end of their course, if they want to come and do a shift in the coffee trailer so that they can understand what it's actually like to make coffees at speed. Okay? And today I had 3 of the students in there, and it was really awesome to have people that are enthusiastic and keen about making coffee come and get to do that. it's really exciting to watch someone that actually cares and wants to be there engage in a craft. And it is a craft because not everyone can do it, and the longer you do it, the better you get at it, obviously. So I had the barista students in there. One of the first things that happened today, once they started, a customer ordered a coffee, got a coffee, walked away, came back, and they said, "This coffee's burnt," and dropped it on the counter and walked away. And one of the difficult things is when you have beginners or learners, they're going to put out a less quality product. Like, I've done training with them, but it's not the same as someone that's actually been making coffee for years and years, just at the machine. And so the quality is going to drop a little bit. And I thought about that as a, cost-benefit analysis. And that market to me is not just about money, because if it was just about money, I would be going to a bigger and better market. But also, I might have a shit day. I might not like my customers. I might not like the other vendors around me. I might like them, but I really like that market at Barton. It's really friendly. It's got this community aspect that feels like is diminishing in society at the moment. And this relates back to the start of apply for the thing that you are underqualified for. So when I have those barista students in the coffee trailer, I wear the cost of maybe losing a customer, maybe sending out some less than normal quality coffees. But the benefit here is that it gives them the confidence that they know that they can do it in an actual hospitality environment. And it makes them feel that they are qualified for the thing that they are doing as well. Because you can learn something in a classroom, you can learn it off the internet, you can learn anything from anywhere. But if you don't put it into practice, have you really learned it? And today I got to give those people an opportunity to do it as well. So that was the really exciting thing about the markets today. And I think about the junior from yesterday as well, because sometimes I feel like I don't really do much. You know, I've got the opposite of fucking main character syndrome. That's changing a lot recently, which is kind of cool. But a lot of the times I feel like a side character in my own life, and what I'm doing is pretty measly and not big. Feels pretty unnoteworthy is a potential way to look at it. But then I look at the weekend and go, well, look, these people got the opportunity to upskill and gain confidence and maybe feel a little bit more qualified for a job that they want as well. And that's a big part of it. Now, the other big part of it, the personal part, is that when I go to work on a Sunday, there are decades worth of relationships that meet there every Sunday. You know, the vendors have known each other for 5 or 10 years. The customers have been going for 5 or 10 years. The community knows each other. It's just this, I don't know, it's like a living organism basically. It's thriving, and it is so fucking cool to watch. Those people in the community they all bring little threads of opportunities with them. In those encounters, that's how you can make friends, that's how you can get invited to social excursions, that's how you can meet business partners, that's how you can, I don't know, meet anyone. And that's the thing, you don't know where that little thread is going to go. And it's really cool being a core element of that community and being a part of that thread too. And so sometimes I worry about sending out a shit coffee because I have students in the classroom. It's up to me to be a good trainer so that they can make a good product, which I feel like I am, but part of it is just practice as well. And if they don't get any practice, then how are they ever going to get good? And so it's giving them that opportunity to get good in a comfortable environment with someone that can show them what they need to do and all that sort of stuff. And then at the end of the market, it doesn't matter what sort of day you've had. You had a good day, you had a shit day, sales were up, sales were down. All of the vendors pack down, and then have a beer together. And that's something that I have not seen at any other market. It's just, I know it happens a lot. I know people have knockoff drinks all the time, but it's just something about that place that is special, and it's probably not special to a lot of people. But to the people that are a part of it, that can feel it and pick up on it, it's really cool. Now today, in terms of business, my sales were down about 20%. So that matches yesterday, right? And good days and bad days doesn't matter. You're going to have both of them all throughout your business trip. And it comes back to the Ekka being on, for sure. And then also, we get a public holiday in Brisbane for the Ekka. And a lot of schools get 3 public holidays, so they get a long weekend. So whenever there is a long weekend on and you need foot traffic for your business, it is going to affect trade. The good part about markets at the moment is the weather. It is seriously beautiful weather here in Brisbane, and that means that people want to be outside, they want to get a start on the day earlier, and they want to do it in a beautiful environment. And that's the other thing I love about those markets, right? It's a Sunday morning. And maybe you don't have a big social circle. Maybe you do, but maybe you don't. And all of those vendors there act like friends to the customers, and they don't act like it. They, you only get these short exchanges, but you are friends with the customer as well. And it's that place that you can go where people know who you are, and you get called by name when you walk in, and there's 20 people that say hello to you and, how was your week? And it's made me overwhelmingly fucking happy. I'm not sure if you can tell. I've been sad for a lot of my life, and it's nice to just feel happy again. And for some reason I feel like telling strangers on the internet about it, because hopefully this will do something for you.